One of my favorite details about the story of Mary is something that most people skip right over, and it's when it tells us in Luke that she treasured all these things and pondered them in her heart. She didn't rush to explain everything. She certainly didn't boast about it. She just sat with it. And I think for us, that's hard because we live in this world that expects instant clarity and answers. Basically, if God's speaking, we want it loud and obvious right now. Mary tells us something so different. Because when the shepherd showed up with her wild story about angels in the sky, she didn't argue. She didn't even try to fully understand it. She just treasured and thought about it. She let it settle in. My wife's favorite verse is Psalm 46:10. She has it on the wall in our house, and it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Not frantic or reactive, be still. And sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do is not respond immediately, but just to sit quietly with what God is trying to tell us. Turn it over in our hearts and let it sink in deeper than our emotions. I love that Mary teaches us that sometimes clarity comes in silence. And that maybe the reason we don't get the clarity we're looking for is because we're not letting God speak. We're not lingering. We're demanding answers without giving stillness. So before we rush to action, why don't we try doing what Mary did and ponder? Because sometimes God does his deepest work in talking to us in the quiet spaces that we're willing to just sit in.